Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey, welcome back to another RSG live stream. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999. Whip out your pickle skewers. It is Wednesday, it is hump day, it is time to get cray up in here with the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. Episode 170, and we're still going strong. Glad to have you guys here as we break down the latest and greatest in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. Joining me is my heterosexual life mate, Dr. Finn, medicine woman, the troll extraordinaire. Dr. Finn, what's say?
Good evening, peoples.
Hey, see, there you go. But yes, glad to have you guys here on a Wednesday like we do for the last umpteen times. We got a lot of stuff, not a lot of news. It's a lot. But we have a lot of stuff to cover, not so much about the game. There's not really a lot going in the game. We're going to have a big discussion about relics and all that other good stuff. Isn't that correct, Dr. Finn?
That's right.
That's science. So there you go. Glad to have you guys there. Let us know you're out in the chat. Let's see those pickles. Whip out those pickles. Let's go, guys. Finn, we learned how to say whip out your pickle in Portuguese this weekend.
We did. Balançar os pickles.
Pickles.
Woo.
So there you go. So we're here to have fun, guys. This is what we do here at RSG. We like to have fun, talk about the game. So let's do some housekeeping stuff. First of all, you can see the donation tracker there on the left. You the people that have donated. You can see Vader's Cup of Plenty below me. You can see that if you would like to donate and fill Vader's Cup of Plenty, you can make a super chat donation. There's also stuff for the Tiltify campaign, which we'll get to here in a minute. And you can see we got the screen going and everything like that. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and yes, so that's that for all that. If you have questions, put those into the chat. We will get those scooped up. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, or we will not see those questions. So help Finn help you to help Finn help you help us get questions. So that's kind of how it works. Friends helping friends. That's what we do here at RSG. The big thing is we have kicked off our 2020 campaign for the American Cancer Society. I want to talk about this, Finn. We've got the Children's Hospital of Atlanta that we are going to be visiting here in like 5 days, man. Here, I'm going to put up the thingy.
It's coming up and coming up fast.
Yeah. So let me put up the thing of the thing. Do I have it on this thing? I don't have it.
All right, so let me talk about it really quick while Ranger's getting it up.
Wait a minute. Let me pull up I got to go to the other. So we got to switch it up here. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so.
Go ahead.
So first thing I want you to do, Finn put it in the description. I want everybody that's watching this, if you... you can go to the Tiltify. Finn will tell you here in a second. You can start donating. This is for the kids. We're starting our campaign off for the ACS, and we're starting with this is Children's Awareness Month for Cancer, or what are they calling it, Finn?
Yep. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
There you go. And we really want to knock this out for these kids. So the 24th, we're visiting the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, and we are going to bring joy and happiness to the kids. We're going to play games with them, have fun, take pictures. It's going to be a blast. And I'm going as Darth Revan. Finn's going as Jedi Counselor Finn. If you have not already, please go there right now. Give the video, it's already posted, a thumbs up. Let us know that you're going to be there that day to support what we're doing and for these kids. And we're going to only be streaming for 4 hours. So, Finn, if they would like to donate now, what do they do?
Yeah, so it's in the description of this video as well as in the description of the live stream event that is set up for September 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link to our Tiltify page. The Tiltify page right now is set up entirely for the 24th stream. We will add stuff afterwards, but we are trying to hit a goal for these kids in this stream. So what you will see is that if you go to the Tiltify page, we have challenges available for you guys to donate to. We have a challenge where if it gets filled, we will give away the lightsabers that we will be having as part of our costume. Yep. So Ranger's showing those on the stream right now. We also have one where if that one gets filled, I will do a dance party with the kiddos. I'll do a dance party with the kids. And so we'll do the Macarena, the chicken dance, the electric slide. We'll do whatever the hell the floss is. I don't really know exactly what that is. And then also we have one where Porg McFadden over here came with a friend when someone got him for me. And we will be giving away that Porg plushie to one of the kids as well if that challenge gets filled. We're hoping to get at least 2,000. That is our goal. So what you will see also in the milestones listed is that when we hit 2,000, we will give away wristbands to the kids, the parents, and the medical staff, up to 100 of the wristbands. And so we'll start with the kids, give them away, then we'll go to the parents and the medical staff until they're all out. And also we will give away some from the 2019 campaign. So it's 2 wristbands for 1 milestone for each of them. So please, if you can, donate. And if you're not going to be able to attend that event, I understand it's in the afternoon, so sometimes you're working and you may not have the time. Donations are accepted now. So you can go to the Tiltify now and donate. We've already had 3 very gracious people donate. We've had Maz Kanata, Darth Rada, and Dexatronic all donate. So we really appreciate it. We're already almost at the 10% mark for our total. We're at 170. So if you guys are able to, please donate now and up through the event. And we will hopefully have fun with you guys on September 24th, as well as the kids, and make it a fun day for all.
Spread the word, guys. Spread the words to your guild, to anybody you know. Spread the word. Let's get a big participation in this. I really want to knock the crap out of this for these kids, you know. So, yeah. So that's our big thing. Now let's get into some other things. So check that out. Check the links. They're all there, please. If you can do anything, anything is appreciated. That being said, Finn, we have a shout-out word of the day that we like to do. Before we get to that, we got... wow. He's made an appearance finally. Oh, God. The beardless one, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the brown Gandalf, the French tickler, the chicken chaser, the big deal himself, Grande Pappy Babyface Patron here. Heisenberg from Breaking Bad has made an appearance finally. Hi, Grande.
Science!
Oh, God.
Science, Mr. White, science!
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so this is starting off on a great track. So, if you would like to punch Grande in the face, please donate to the Tiltify campaign. All donations will allow you to punch him in the face. For cancer, see, for the kids for cancer. So if you would like to donate, let's make that a goal, Finn. If we get to a certain goal, we'll let...
no, we're not going to punch Grande in the face. Just no.
I think it's a good goal.
No.
I think we get a lot of donations.
No, we're not punching Grande in the face.
All right. We have a shout-out word of the day. Finn, what is our shout-out word of the day?
So today is actually not a word, but it's kind of a little phrase. So if you guys haven't done it yet, here's the phrase, and I'm going to type it in the chat too. The shout-out word/phrase of the day is F cancer.
F space cancer.
Space cancer. That is our shout-out phrase of the day. So type F space cancer in the chat, and we will get to your shout-outs as we start to go through the stream here, and we'll collect everyone that said F space cancer.
And we just had a donation. Also, if you guys make any donation on Tiltify tonight or any of our streams, it will pop up on the screen. We've got that set up through Streamlabs. But we just had a donation for normal our normal super chat, and it was from our good friend Jedi Training Bug. This is the Houston Astros are on some Relics 7 Power.
Oh, dang,
they're best team in baseball.
They literally have at least the 2 best pitchers and arguably the 3 best pitchers in baseball are on the same team.
Their lineup's pretty nasty too.
And every freaking Yordan Alvarez, the brand, like the
The
rookie
man
of
child.
the rookie of the year, dude.
Oh, I'm watching my man Garrett Cole pitch right now.
I'm literally so you
someone
know.
Bimatsu just donated $25 to the American Cancer Society for the fundraiser.
There we go.
Bimatsu, the spam lover, thank you very much, my friend. Awesome.
Thank you, Bimatsu.
They are comparing Yordan's rookie season to Ted Williams.
Yeah, that's how
season.
stupid he is.
That's literally how good he is.
But we're not here to talk about it. Let's not get off track, Grande.
That's freaking some inner circle stuff right there. I mean, this is like, if you want to watch history in the making.
Oh, someone else just donated. Utah just donated $20 via Tiltify.
Awesome.
Wow, to the American Cancer Society fundraiser. Wow, thank you. All right, very nice.
Thank you, Utah.
Wow. So,
and guys, don't forget to donate to the challenges.
Yeah, donate to the challenges. So do that. So
Utah, if you want your $20 applied to one of the challenges, just let me know, and we'll kind of just take it off the end, so that it basically counts as the same thing. So let me know if you want it applied to one of the challenges, because we do want to get those challenges filled, so we can do the dance party or the lightsaber giveaway and all that. And fun thing, look who's in chat. It's Stu.
Stu is here. What the what? We love us some Stu, man.
So
no
actually-
Revenator. There's not a challenge for stroking a Wookiee.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Stu is probably the only man I've ever actually flashed. This is not a lie.
That's not something to be proud of, Grande. And I don't think Stu liked it either.
I think you flashed me, Grande, at Disney.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did. You did flash us.
I probably did. Stu took a picture of it, though.
I did not take a picture. I am more respectful than Stu of your flashing.
Speaking of Stu, we got something to mention about Stu.
Yeah, we do. So Stu was actually doing something really awesome too, guys. So here's something for you guys. His wife is part of Scentsy, which is kind of like a candle scent wax selling company. And she has her site. The link is in you can see it on stream, but it's also in the description. You'll see Mrs. Stu's Scentsy to support the ACS. Starting tomorrow, they're going to have a Vader wax warmer.
What?
It's going to be, they have a partnership with Disney. And so they are selling now a Vader wax warmer starting tomorrow. And the wax. Mrs. Stu, as part of this, for all the proceeds that she gets from the sales, her and Stu are going to give the proceeds to the American Cancer Society.
Dang.
So starting tomorrow, make sure you guys check that out. That Vader thing looks so cool. And if you guys haven't seen it,
is pretty cool
you'll
looking.
see the image on the right where you can kind of see down, and you'll see that it has the Death Star inside of it. And in that middle picture, you'll see that the TIE fighters actually get projected onto whatever's behind it on the surface. It's really cool.
There's a lot going on with that candle.
You did mention her name, Stu. I just wasn't sure if you want me to say it. But so her name is Jen.
Yeah, we just don't
She's
want to.
awesome.
We just want to say her name, like
she's awesome.
But yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is awesome. But I think people in this circles probably will recognize her more as Mrs. Stu.
Yeah.
Mrs. Stu.
She'll always be Mrs. Stu to me.
Jen is awesome.
Mrs. Stu's world.
So starting tomorrow again, guys, if you want that warmer.
Yeah. No, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
you are not a jerk. If Mrs. Stu, Jen, is listening, he did tell me the name, but everyone here knows and loves Stu so much. I figured Mrs. Stu would get the attention very quickly.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, it's me and Jen.
Like Ranger with his ass cock all of a sudden.
So Stu's like, oh, Ranger, you said my wife's name.
Yeah, so make sure you guys check out the link in the description and tomorrow, so you guys can get yourself that Vader warmer.
Can you post us an ad everyone in Discord tomorrow so I'll remember?
Well, we're gonna we'll be pimping all this stuff like.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I'll do that everyone in the RSG community thing.
Yeah, like a lot of people just they can't get on the stream in the middle of the day or whatever. But it might be something where they could like pop on Scentsy and get something.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we have our Twitter question of the day. Dr. Finn, what is our Twitter question of the day?
Okay, so the Twitter question is one that's relevant to our topic for today, so you guys will see it. But The question is pretty simple.
Again, how much for Grande to stroke? Message me in PM, and we'll figure that out.
No, you know what?
Yeah, you'd have just noted
Do you
$2.
understand what stroking the Wookiee is, Grande?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about this afterwards because we might put this as a reward during the stream so that if they donate, we have to stroke the Wookiee. But we'll talk about that after because we need to explain to you what stroking the Wookiee is.
I have a different opinion of what that means.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, Grande, we don't need to stroke the Wookiee in PM. So the question is on a scale of 1 to 10. Again, sorry, our Twitter handle, Reality Skewed Gamers, with no vowels in the Skewed and Gamers. So Reality SKWD GMRS. Reality Skewed Gamers.
Below.
And no vowels in the Skewed or Gamers. And the link is in the description. So the question of the night is on a scale of 1 to 10, or you can create your own fun scale, where 1 is awful and 10 is fantastic. How would you rate Relics in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? And we're going to talk about Relics and everything here today, but we want to get your guys' opinion as well. So make sure that you guys go to our Twitter page, give your guys' opinion, and at the end of the stream, we will read said responses.
Okay.
All right. Stu, you have to actually go to the Twitter. He put a 1 in.
Grande's on Snapchat.
No.
I mean, I am on Snapchat, but just so you know, it's mostly my children talking to their grandmother and making little funny pictures with each other as far as like, how was your day? And like they look like reindeer.
All right.
MySpace.
Yeah, Grande's MySpace was big in the early 2000s.
I might actually have a MySpace account somewhere.
Yeah.
I have one. I just haven't logged into it in years.
12 years.
2013.
Yeah. Way before that, I stopped MySpace. All right, so we are all done with that and squared away. Let's get into... There's not a lot of news this week, guys, but the big thing that's on everybody's mind is Relics, man. Relics. Oh, Relics. Who wants to start off? Grande, give us your thoughts about Relics. They've been here for a week now, and
So I think we're just really starting to realize exactly what's going on with Relics. And the reason why I say that is because we're in our first TW with Relics, and we're in our first GAC with Relics right now. And so I think the jury's still out a little bit on Relics, because we have to see how they perform in all those other game modes. That's just kind of what I see anyway. So that's kind of where I've been on it. They don't seem terrible, right? I mean, if you can get your characters up to, like a level 2 or a level 3 relic, it seems like you can do okay. But if you can't get to a level 2 or a level 3 relic, it's obviously painful.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Finn, your thoughts?
So, I like Relics. There's some inherent problems with it, right? So in terms of the rating scale, right, if we were going to be rating it in that 1 to 10 scale, I would probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 6 to a 7. But it's not necessarily because of Relics themselves. So if you look at where the game is, right, and I went through GG and kind of looked at some of the stats and everything for characters when they get to Relic 7. Here's kind of the biggest issue with Relics right now.
Bro, I have one character at Relic 5. Like my like me getting to Relic 7.
I know, but that's not my point. So I'm sorry. So the point is when you look at the stats as to when you get to Relic 7, right? All the characters tend to balance out actually pretty nicely compared to where we are right now, where some of the characters are more OP than others. Favoring attackers over tanks in terms of the biggest increases does help to balance the game and makes more teams offensively viable against some of the teams that are now defensively difficult. So the stats that you gain from Relics when you reach Relic 7 is actually really nice across the board. There's obviously going to be some weaker characters, but there are some of the lesser used characters. The good characters tend to have really good stats. Here's the problem though. first off, it came too close to Gear 13. Timing wise
they could have waited
problem.
another 30 days.
They could have, and I understand to some extent based on what they said in the Q&A the reason for it, and it's because they wanted to get this out before new players came into the game with episode 9.
I hear you.
Because this would be really overwhelming for them to join the game and then have this introduced. This would be super overwhelming for them. So I understand their reasoning. I still don't think the timing was right, but I understand it. And really what the only way to tell is going to be the influx of players from episode 9, see if it really does get them to stay and all of that. The other problem that I have with Relics is, again, I don't like the fact that it's sharing the same energy as Cantina energy. I would have preferred it either having its own or preferably sharing one with mods, since they are not increasing the cap on mods. I think they need to increase the cap on mods. That's a separate discussion, but a lot of people are hitting the cap on mods anyways. I would have then rather have to pick between mods and Relics than Cantina and Relics. But that's just maybe me. I know a lot of people have everything done in Cantina, so they have the Cantina energy free. But not everyone does, and I would say the majority of the players don't. So having to pick between characters and Relics, to me, is not a good situation for the game. But that being said, the biggest problem with Relics is going to be a short-term, and I'm saying short-term, but it doesn't necessarily mean just like a week. But what I mean by short-term problem is that what's happening right now with Relics is that the people that are able to get Relics to 7 are taking them to 7. And we have found on specific teams, there are usually 1 to 2 characters really that get a huge benefit from Relics and change that team. Malik, for example, on the Darth Revan team. Han Solo on the CLS team. And again, it falls into that category of either tank or attackers that get the biggest bonuses. Because a lot of these teams only require 1 character to get up to the highest Relic level and them being very, very viable, it can be Han, it can be Malik, it can be Jedi Knight Anakin, it can be General Grievous.
So you're saying you could do a greatest hits and you'll be
exactly. And free to play, if they want to still be competitive, can stay competitive in Arena. It's not going to be the easiest thing, and it does require a lot of focus, but you can get that single character for your Arena team up to Relic 7 and maintain competitive nature.
If you'll just do the greatest hits.
Exactly. If you just do the greatest hits. Now, the rest of your roster is going to require time to catch up. But Grand Arena is basing it on your top 80 GP or whatever it is, right? And the Relics at Relic 7 add close to 7,000 to 8,000 GP onto a character, which can really help to separate out the matchmaking. So you're not necessarily going to be facing the people with the Relics. So Relics overall do a pretty decent service to the game. The only problem is the timing is so close to Gear 13. It's a major crunch on players because there's not even a lot of Gear 13s right now, let alone now asking them to work on Relics, which are game changing at this point. So to me, Relics are good. I think they do a good, they serve a good purpose in the game. It would be the exact purpose that I would be hoping for. The stats balance the game. The GP helps to separate in the matchmaking. The biggest problem is the timing of all of it. And then the scavenger issue, I mean, I've talked about this a lot. The exchange rates
it's messed up.
They standardize the exchange rates, but it requires players to really make sure they understand what they're trading in for what, because you're sometimes missing out on a better value without even realizing it, because they didn't scale everything as you would have expected with some of the items. So I don't like the fact that the scavenger is a little bit kind of a tricky thing for players. But other than that, I mean, that's why I'm kind of putting it in like the 6 and 7 range, right? Because the timing to me is a big factor. But I think Relics do a good job in the game of helping out with some of the problems.
I disagree with everything you just said, Finn. I think Relics are garbage. Straight up garbage. Not well thought out, not well executed. Same thing CG does every damn time. Just piss poor planning. They need to piss poor execution. Relics are garbage. The matchmaking for GAC, They're not doing anything. Give you an example. The guy I'm facing, I have 10 relics. He has 1.
Yeah.
How fair is that? And there's more examples of that. So they didn't even think about matchmaking. They're just going GP again. Piss poor planning. Didn't think about it. The exchange rates do not make sense. The fact that they're using Cantina energy for people that have to make a decision on trying to farm characters and or gear 13 and then using Cantina to get these pieces. Because it's not just one piece, it's multiple pieces as you start going up the line past gear 3. It just gets stupid. It's just awful. There's just no... It's just them... This is all this is a money grab. I think to get one character to 7 runs about $500 to $600 if you buy the packs. That's just greed. It's all it is. You know, when they said that this was going to be something, this is their words, not mine, that this would be something for new players and all this other stuff. Is garbage. Straight garbage, man. You know, so, and, you know, if you want to get pay to play the advantage, you've done it. You know, but if you think that this is fixing anything, it's not. It's totally not fixing anything. You don't have the matchmaking working. Arena's a disaster. Ship Arena's a disaster. I mean, there's the negatives. You know, I'm not seeing any positives at this time for Relics. Now, maybe in the future they can fix some things with Relics. Maybe they can do something with their gear crunch. But I'm thinking of a new player who is going to come into this game or wants to get into this game, or someone who just recently started. What are you thinking, CG? Good Lord in heaven.
But new players aren't going to have to deal with Relics unless somebody...
They're going to deal with Relics,
spent like thousands.
I'm sorry, they are, because they're going to run into... I just had this the other day on this round of GAC where a person who's 1.8 million is dealing with someone who welled out and has a crap ton of relics. Even though their GP is the same, they're like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know what you do.
They have one, oh gosh, can you imagine? They're 1.7 and they've got one team of characters with relics. Like that person is literally going to win GAC every time from now until the end of time.
But we've talked about the matchmaking at the bottom probably being the most dysfunctional.
It's really dysfunctional because
it's dysfunctional at my level. I'm Division 1. I'm Division 1. And the matchmaking's off.
I think it needs to be, we've said it needs to, the matchmaking needs to be more dynamic. If a player focused on 5 characters, they need to be matched up against other players that focused on 5 characters. I mean, and then the same thing conversely is true. Yeah, I think no matter what happens, someone's always going to get screwed in matchmaking. I just, the more I think about it, there's just too many variables.
If somebody had the perfect matchmaking scenario, they would be a billionaire. There's no game that has like the perfect matchmaking, right? I can't think of a single game I've ever played that has like perfect matchmaking. There's some that are good. If it is
perfect matchmaking, then someone's going to complain that they're always fighting the same people.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that would be the next thing, right? Oh man, I'm always fighting, Hellenics. How the hell am I always fighting Hellenics? Well, for whatever reason, the algorithm thinks my roster and his roster are similar. And so we fight each other all the time, right? Maybe he wailed out on Rebels and I wailed out on Night Sisters. But for whatever reason, and the crazy part about that is one of us might be the counter to the other one. Well, the game's not going to not going to take into account paper, rock, scissors.
No, they're not. So, I mean, but that's
anyway,
why
we totally interrupted Ranger, and I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ranger.
No, it's okay. I mean, you've seen the trend for a while. They say they're going to try to fix things, and then they add stuff that makes it worse. Cryotex, awful. This, awful. Gear 13. It's just, it's stupid. The game should be centered around what they should be doing is 2 major problems I see with this game right now. One is mods are a disaster. 2, they've lost their mind thinking that adding all this gear and stuff, and you can give any excuse they want, it's about money. And I know the company needs to make money, but I've never seen it in any game at this level. I mean, in all the years I've been gaming, I've never seen anything like this before. It's astounding to me. but they're not focusing on content. And I don't want to hear the excuse, well, it takes time. Bull crap.
It takes time to do anything.
But
I mean, it doesn't matter what it.
Piss poor planning equals piss poor execution. The players want stuff to face challenges using these characters, not have to sit here all day.
We want a new content.
And
you know what I'd love to. And here's the thing.
And work on mods and work on gear
Great point, Ranger. They could reskin Hoth right now, right? Make it harder, put a new character, and make us actually choose between going for Wat Tambor and going for something else in Hoth, right? Have like a Hoth 1 and a Hoth 2, right? They could reskin the raids and have us go between the arcade version and the regular version, like was data mined a few months back. It's a great point.
Here's the other thing. Mind-numbing.
When was the last time we got an extra level of PvE battles? I think it's been like 3 years, man.
You mean like on the tables?
On the tables, yeah. When was the last time we got an extra level of tables? I mean, when the
I think Cantina was the last one, right?
No, Ships 2.0.
Oh yeah, if you consider the ships one, yeah. We also got an extra level in Cantina, right? They added stuff in whatever Cantina 9 or whatever.
No, Cantina 8, and we got that when we hit level 80.
Yeah.
When we hit level 80, we got that.
Right.
Not even 85, which means we haven't seen it since the AAT came out.
Mm-hmm.
So besides ships battles, we haven't seen it since the AAT came out. I think that's a little unfortunate, right? I mean, I'd love to see another level of Cantina. I'd love to see another couple levels of Light Side, Dark Side. I'd like to see another couple levels of on the challenge tables, that Plo Koon table. I'd like to see another level of the Galactic War. I'd like to see a Galactic, like we've all been playing Galactic War easy mode, and now we can play Galactic War hard mode. I'd love to see a hard mode of Galactic War. I mean, I think this is the kind of content Ranger is talking about. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I mean, all of these things you would be content if we got if 1 month we got a Hoth 2.0 and your guild actually had to make a decision. Do we finish off, do we finish off the Dark Side Geo, or do we go to Hoth 2.0?
I think Sorry, I agree with you, Ranger, on your points. The only thing I'm thinking is, though, when I'm looking to evaluate Relics, I'm not necessarily including all of that. I agree with you. The packs for Relics were way too expensive for what you were getting. It didn't even get you all the way to Relic 7. To think like $130, $140 just spending on those packs still didn't get you to max even on one character seems kind of ridiculous to me. So I agree with you. The packs were way overpriced.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you at all about the content. Most games will release something like Relics with a new game mode of some kind. They used to do the same thing in this game too, right? We would get a new level of a raid, and then we would get the new gear level. And we saw that with Rancor. We saw that with AAT. We got that with the currency.
We get a player level, gear level, and a raid all at the same time, right?
Yeah, and I'm fine with that if it's associated with content.
Player level, gear level, raid level. What else would we get all? Oh, and then we get all that PvE content. We'd get a whole nother level of Cantina tables. We'd get another level of challenge on the Plo Koon challenge table.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, since this game started, I think they've only added one level to the Plo Koon challenge table, and they've reworked the GW a few times, but they've never actually done this, what I would like to see, which is a hard mode, easy mode. In hard mode, you could give away totally new crap, man.
Yeah.
You could, I think GW would be the easiest way to make a sandbox mode that we all want.
Yeah. I mean, they could do a lot of different things in this game. So I agree with you 100%. The content in this game has been coming at a rate that is less than desirable for this game.
Agreed.
So that's something that they definitely need to.
And let me say that the content they have put out, I mean, I really like Dark Side GOTB. I find it challenging and stuff, but
yeah,
I mean, I spend most of the day doing what? Working on mods
Yep.
and
Mod
figuring out
management.
gear and stuff like that. I'm not even farming characters at the moment. It's all about gear.
Well, Shock T and Watt, right? But that's probably it,
It's
right? Are you down to Shock T and Watt now? I mean, most people
Watt's
are.
unlocked. It's just I'm finishing up
Right,
Shock
right,
T.
but
But
you
I mean, I'm
can't
working on
actively-
some. Like I'm doing Visas.
Don't
Marv.
say most people. It's not most
Some
people.
Some
people.
people. Veteran
Here's
players.
the
a lot
thing.
of
Here's the
veteran
thing.
players.
Here's the thing, though. Most people are probably down. Most people who've been playing the game for 2 or 3 years are probably down to 10 or 15 or 20 characters at the bottom of their roster.
But and a lot of those are like
I'm
Mob
saying 10,
Enforcer
20% of the characters at the bottom. Most people who watch this show. That is correct, right?
Because I mean, I'll tell you right now, I have B1, Shock T, Ebon Hawk, Emperor Palpatine, and Jedi Knight Anakin all left, and that doesn't include Wat Tambor, who we're working on right now to get his shards. So I have 6 in total.
Emperor Palpatine. You don't have him at 7-star?
Is it Emperor Palpatine? Yeah, no, I don't have his shuttle at 7-star.
Oh, the shuttle.
Yeah.
Shuttle.
I'm talking about the ship. So there's 3 ships: Ebon Hawk, Jedi Knight Anakin, and the Palpatine shuttle, and then 3
Same.
characters:
I'm down to
Shock
Shock
T,
T, and
B1, and Wat Tambor.
Yeah, I'm down to Shock T and Watt.
Yeah, so I mean, it varies a lot, right, based on what you're trying to focus on, and the other thing too, right? This game really has gone away from that collection mentality, and now is very much on focus on specific teams.
It's
Keep
farming.
your roster tight.
Star
and
Wars
just try to
Galaxy of
push.
Farmville.
It is. It's trying to keep your roster very tight to very specific teams that you think are going to excel, so that you can get the biggest advantage. So
if I wanted to play Farmville, I'd log back onto Facebook after I haven't logged in for 7 years.
Strangely enough, this is why I don't necessarily mind the way mods are set up. I mind the cap. I don't necessarily mind the RNG factor of mods.
Dude.
The mod cap, I think, is what ruins everything. A lot of games have something RNG based, like mods, where you just have to keep on farming it and hope that you get luck and eventually get it. I remember farming stuff in World of Warcraft over and over again and chasing bosses to get a drop. I mean, it's not unheard of for games to have that kind of concept.
Well, I mean,
But
yeah, you did
to
raids
cap
and
the
stuff,
mods-
but the percentages that are and I argue, I think it's stupid. The fact that it's luck with mods drives me frickin' batty. Everything else you can focus on and get fixed and stuff, but the RNG bases I know for a fact they've made speed so. Like, when anybody gets over 20 speed, it's like you got a Christmas present and stuff. Problem is, if you don't have the mods...
I've literally had to sell mods that have speed secondaries
to make room for more speed, because you're trying to get speed secondaries, because if you don't have it, you have no shot.
I was finally like, you know what, screw it. You better have at least 3 speed, or you have to have, like, hit your max total on a secondary for your given level, or you just don't get to stay, which means it's a 5 if it's A or 4 if it's B.
It's
remember, if it wasn't RNG based, everyone would be able to buy it, and free to play would be burned out. There'd be no way.
Well,
they
the
could
problem
catch
is they
up,
introduced
right?
mods. They put mods in the game, which was a disaster from the get go.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, so tell me if this is correct, because my initial guess is not necessarily that you're upset with the way mods and RNG are, but it's more so how much value there is on a single stat of speed. I think the fact that speed is so dominant in this game compared to other stats on about 90% of characters is the biggest problem that this game has.
And there's no other way to get it but one way.
Yes. And they have been, if you've noticed, right, they've started to introduce things to reduce the need for speed, right? The whole bonus turn concept now doesn't even get affected with days. So now you have these bonus turns being generated on Anakin because somebody else is below 50%. You have the Grievous team, which he doesn't even need speed, right? You're just focusing on health, so you can just go and smash someone in the face. Like, they've started to slowly move away from speed. The importance of speed is still quite there, but Relics in some way helps to diminish the impact of speed.
Right. But you're talking about specific uniques that give a character 100% turn meter on death, or
any others, right? But there's a lot of
or characters that start out the match with they get to take the first move, right? I mean, the characters we're talking about I mean, at the end of the day, it's about who can fill their turn meter bucket up first. And speed is the most consistent way to do it if a unique does not do it already.
Right. But if you've noticed in like their most recent characters, right, and we've seen it almost since the Night Sisters with Zombie, the whole speed concept has slowly started to diminish with abilities that make it so that speed is still important. It's not to say it isn't important, but it's reducing the impact little bits at a time. Still, I'm not going to say anything. Speed is still king.
Once people have R7, it's speed again.
Yes.
So that's going to be one of the fun things to, and I think it's going to be fun, is going to be trying to see this, right? Because offense is actually gaining at a bigger rate in Relics than tanks are, meaning that the attackers are going to be having a bigger damage output than your tanks. And right now, a lot of people are stuck on tanks. And so it's going to be interesting to see how much speed plays into this. And you're right. Relic 7 is going to make speed potentially a bigger impact. So they'll have to be ready to address this once you start to see a lot of players with a lot of their rosters at Relic 7.
I mean, here's the deal, right? For a lot of people, Relic 7 is going to be very unobtainable for a long time, right?
Really hard.
But for a lot of people, you know, they're going to get their whole roster to Relic 3, and then they're going to work on their top 5 characters they put in Arena, or the top 5 characters that are important to them. They're going to take them to Relic 7, and then they're just going to chip away at the others to Relic 4, chip away at the other, because most people are going to do some version unless they have a team they just love, right?
Yeah.
If somebody just loves bounty hunters, or they just love
Jedi Consular,
whatever it is, right? They'll take that character up. But most people are going to do a greatest hits. I mean, when we start looking at it, most people are going to end up with, you know, probably, their top 5 tanky characters and their top 5 offense characters, you know, offense and defense. I mean, we could probably name off the top 20, 25 characters people are going to take. It's the same top 25. It's key characters in a faction, right? Or it's key characters, or it's characters that gain a lot from relics or whatever, and that's what they're going to do. Or it's characters that are old meta that they put G12.5 on, so they're only one piece away from G13ing that character, and so it's resource efficient.
And I mentioned this before. There's a way they can fix all of that, right? And not completely, but start to move towards that. And that, again, is going from 6E to 6A. I know people don't want to hear mod progression, but going from 6E to 6A and putting a cap of hitting a stat 5 times will allow everyone to catch up their ones that are 4 and adding another stat bonus, potentially hitting speed, and now letting it catch up. So the level 6 progression potentially, and I don't know how CG plans on handling it, the mod level 6 or the 6-dot progression can potentially help with the speed issue, because now all of your mods that are 4 hits, right, or 3 hits now get additional chances to hit. And if you got unlucky and some of the other ones hit, now you can start trying to go through that and trying to get them up. Now, again, the whales and stuff are going to be able to get more of their mods to that 6A, so they're going to have more of the mods in total. But if we're only looking at that particular bunch of teams that you have, I think free-to-play would be in a position, again, depending on how they allow players to get those resources and everything in order to slice up mods from 6E to 6A, it would allow them to catch up as long as they're able to get the slicing material in a reasonable manner. But I don't know what their idea is for mod 6 progression, and so I really hope that that's what they're doing, because that can actually help to balance out speed by making it so that it caps out. I have a general
idea. I think it should cap at 5 hits.
Yeah, that's what I just said, Grande.
I know. But I'm just saying, if it caps at 5 hits, then it matters. Yeah. I know that's what you just said. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord.
I know, but you started with, I have an idea. I'm like, that's what I just said.
We got Urs in the chat. Oh, Lord. It's a heartthrob of the Outer Rim job.
Yeah, and to go back, actually, and I'll give credit to Urs, because I think he was the first person I heard actually kind of vocalize this on his Grand Arena stream. And you mentioned it earlier too, Ranger. The biggest problem I think with Relics is that it's an increase in gear or mods or some kind of character progression not tied to content. which I think is the most ridiculous thing they did. I don't have any issues with the relics themselves. I think the relics themselves, if you look at what they provide for the characters, actually is good. The way they deployed it, how they deployed it, the timing of what they deployed it, how they didn't deploy it with content, those kind of things I think are what makes relics really frustrating to players. And they actually had, I think, something good here with relics. It just wasn't portrayed that way. They kind of threw it at us right after Gear 13 and it was like, here's a bunch of other things you can spend your gear on. Now go at it. And that's not the way you want to introduce it. They could have introduced us just to level 2 of relics at the beginning, right? Yeah. And slowly started to introduce level after level. There was no reason why they had to go all the way to 7.
Yeah, money.
0. I don't see any reason
money,
why they
man.
have to go to relic 7.
Here's what I feel like is, why didn't they put relic 1 at G11, relic 2 at G12, and then
I have an idea as to why that is.
What do you think?
Okay.
The GP is going to get completely thrown off. The stat increases of the relics versus what you gain by going to the gear, there's going to be an easily exploited way in order to maximize your GP and your stats by staying at like gear 11 and getting relic 1 versus gear 12. And gear 11 with a relic is going to be better than gear 12, so it's going to throw it all off. So I think those kind of things are what their biggest concern was. So I didn't have an issue with them making it at gear 13. I just wanted them to
limp into it a little bit, right? I mean,
they should have limped in by reducing the levels. They shouldn't have gone to 7. I think that was too much.
My challenge here is that we have people who watch the show that don't have one single G13. We have RSG skewers.
Yeah.
We have people who are
McVenom doesn't have one.
Who are Grim, right? We have people.
Yeah, Grim doesn't have one.
We have hosts on the show who don't have a single G13, which means we're sitting here having this huge argument about being pissed off, and they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. We've segmented the community on top of it.
But ground control to Major Tom.
Yeah. So that's actually why I think relics aren't too bad.
Control to Major Tom.
Anyway,
it's frustrating that you can't get to the maximum, right? Yeah. I think that's always something you have to be careful about in any game, which is putting the goalpost too far away so that players feel like it's not close, right? But with matchmaking with GAC and those kind of things,
I think we're beating a dead chicken.
Yeah,
yes,
I think there's a way they can balance it so it doesn't have an impact. They need to work on matchmaking, though. I don't think this GAC was handled well for Relics because Relics came out in the middle of it. So hopefully the next GAC, like the next full GAC, is set up with Relics.
Sure, it's like I'm so weird.
No, I'm just saying that's just such a weird thing in the middle of a GAC. I'm just like,
releasing something this big in the middle of a GAC. Like, because we consider the GAC the full, like, championship, right? The 4 rounds. That's what we're considering a Grand Arena championship. Not just the 3 little ones, but the set of 4 of them. And to introduce something in the middle is really kind of silly on their part.
Yeah.
But that's what they did. Hopefully the next GAC is going to be better. But
I don't know. The matchmaking on this one's pretty bad. It's really bad, man.
Yeah.
Ground control to Major Tom. All right, let's do shout outs. We got that.
I love it. I like it.
Yeah. So we have all the shout outs in the Fin stuff for you, Grande.
Yeah,
we have
Grande
the patron shout outs.
We'll have a reading from Grande Patron.
We haven't done the scrolling text because we're trying to figure out the best way to set that up on the stream now. We're going to change it up a little bit. If you guys have seen it, wait until the end.
Stuff. You tell me what I'm
If you guys haven't seen it yet, we have the new gold patrons, how we're doing their graphics. And so we're going to work on something for all of you guys. But we have the shout outs for the patrons, the YouTube subscribers, and the Twitch. So I'll let you read those, Grande, and I'll get the chat shout-outs.
The ones that are in this funny robotic text?
They're in the robotic boxes, yes, in order to separate them out so you don't start to read titles, even though I have the titles with the...
Domo arigato, Grande Roboto. Get to reading.
You have a good night, too, Urs. We will be joining you in the hall soon.
Yes, we will. Don't worry. We'll send a nice message of people over there.
Oh! I had a party foul.
Did you spill your alcohol?
I spilled my water.
Love yours. Go get ready to...
Good thing I have a napkin right here.
Drink some Carillion Lights and...
Okay, it wasn't the worst party foul ever.
Things and
wasn't so bad.
Breakfast cereals.
It's just moisturizer for the desk.
I mean, that's a positive way of looking at it, Grande.
It puts the lotion on the desk.
It places the lotion onto the desk. Now it places the lotion into the basket. It does the thing told her she'll get the hose.
Hold on. I have a dish rag too, because apparently I came from the kitchen in here earlier. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. Okay, we're ready. Party foul. Crisis averted.
All right, now.
All right.
And now,
Patreon shout outs.
Now a reading.
Okay, so Alox 12, Bimatsu, Sibo 97, Chaos 13, Chopper BZ, Clone Troop 211, Commander Skywalker, Contingent 33, Dangerfield, Darth Teflon, Darth Bob, Darth Vader Mate, Deadpool Kyle 28, Devil's Treasure, Dr. Feelgood, Drewman 95, E-Rock 123, Guzzabuzza, Hogzilla, Hennessy, It Poops Bombs, Jacob Eam, Jijak Canna, John Snow Awakens, Just a Bum, Khaleeson, Kashmir, Matthew M. Thomas, Maz Kanata, Minanito Narakazi, Mos Mike.
There was a lot of extra letters in there.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It's the fourth
Okage. The fourth Okage. Mos Mike, Indy Fox, Ouchie Dumpling, Ray Rock, Rida, River Boy, Rose Taco, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Road, Spaceman Tim, Spider, Spectrum, Suicide Squad, Teals, Tallywhack, The Tour, Walter Arnold, Whiny Skywalker, 1971.
All right.
I think I did all of them right. I think I did all of them right.
Pretty good.
You got a couple are close.
Yeah, it was fine. It was a good reading.
Jaka BM is the one.
Yeah, so we had a couple donations coming real quick. One, we had $20 from Dr. Gonzo on the Tiltify. Thank you, Dr. Gonzo H. And the fourth Okage donated $2 in Super Chat and said, why isn't Alchie on the panel? Because she's busy?
I asked her. She is busy.
Yeah.
I asked her. I did ask her, for the record.
YouTube subs, Bad Rongo, Bimatsu, Clone Troop 211, Contingent 33, Devil's Treasure, Dexatronic, Dr. Feelgood, FCME, I'm the Dad, Jacob Baxter, Jason Hommel, John Moran, Maya, Maz Kanata, Revenator, Sanely Red, Sean G. Light Reptiles, I think is how you would say that, Sean Ragnar, The Red Kelly, Slash Van Rhodes, SWGOH Gretchen, Teals, T-Money, Treza Revan, Vigilant Sentinel, Win Griffey Jr., and What Else 73. Twitch subscribers, Big Country Mags, Black Bear Pepe, Corinth, Battle Spire, Dan Koo, Whiskatan, Dr. Revenge, Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Gonzo Wallbanger, Finity RSG, GGL Ghost Rider, 76, Hogzilla, JC Dave 2, Khaleeson Roke, Maz Kanata, Ouchie, Sanely Red, Slash Van Rose, and Teals Da Smurf.
All right,
and now I added something.
I put the chat shout.
Well, chat shout outs will do something. What should we do? You know, Stu's in the chat. Maybe I should do this as Harry Carey or something.
Is Stu still there? Stu, you can pick what we're doing the shout outs at.
Yeah, you know all my voices, Stu. If you'd like a voice that you'd like me to do.
He's there. Stu is there.
Then I will do it. We got Arnold, Mickey Mouse. I mean,
we did have Randy Newman suggested earlier.
I don't really want to do
he's not my favorite. I just don't like Randy Newman's voice in general.
Harry Carey. I mean,
Bill Cosby.
No, we're not doing Bill Cosby. God.
Why not?
All right, Jen said Harry Carey.
Okay, Jen wins.
Jen wins.
All right. Well, I mean, when Miss Stu speaks,
Okay.
it's
I think we have to change it.
Well, they're from
Stu
Chicago.
is now Mr. Jen. There we go.
Mr. Jen.
It
Okay.
is official. Stu is Mr. Jen.
Stu's
Hey,
from
consider-
Chicago,
yeah.
so that sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
We have to regain points with Jen since we were calling her Mrs. Stu.
Hi,
Stu is now
everybody.
Mr.
Harry Carey here for the Chicago Cubs. What a great night we have. Talk about all this relic garbage. Finn loves it so much. Why'd you get a room, Finn? I'm just sick of you, man. These stupid relics. We've got a great show going on here. We got chat shout-outs for Mr. Jen, husband of the Jen. That's confusing, but we'll just go with it. Hey, Stu, why don't you grab your testicles and be a man? Don't let Jen take control of everything. All right, let's go through these names. I'm going to try to pronounce them, but if they're not American, you're in big trouble, my friend. Hey, do we have a sponsor for these, Dr. Finn? Do we have a sponsor for the shout
Yes, the opposite of patriarchy. It's the matriarchy.
Oh, that's a good call, Grande. If you had said hierarchy, I would have had to come at you hard, like Bruce Lee with some nunchucks on your ass. All right, everybody, here we go. We got Andy Beads, Aparingo, Apropos Win. Well, if you're going to propose something, it might as well be a win. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Brian Sandberg. Inside strike call. He doesn't like that call. Ace ASCLTR3. Holy crap, that's a lot of mumble jumbo right there. Atomic Fish. I think I had that last night for dinner. BCM. He's a Viking. I don't know if you know this, Finn. He's from Scandinavia living in the U.S. I've seen it. He's got a giant axe and everything.
He shaved his beard, though.
He did shave his beard. He's lost half his strength and power. Bimatsu's here. He loves spam. That's all I'm going to say about that. Bo Jones 159. Well, if you're going to Jones a bone, make it the 159th time to do it. Captain Blackbeard playing pirate. Danny Crane, Dexatronic. Dr. Feelgood, he's one of my favorites. He'll make you feel all right and then kick your ass. Dr. Gonzo H. DSPs for Mighty Chlorians. Those little cell things they use in Star Wars to try to explain the Force. Don't ask me why George Lucas chose that. It was a bad call. Durgan, Epic Fails, Fatality V2, some butthole named Finity. I don't know who that is. We should remove him from this list. Grande Patron should be removed too. What are you two buttholes doing on the list?
Skipping people's names. It's so funny.
No, because I saw your name. Hey, let me do the shout-outs there, bald man, or start calling you cue ball for
He's like
Gav P, Helidix, Jedi Trading Bogus, Jacob Baxter, John Moran, or as Grande, the Einstein that he is, called a moron. JV420, Kashmir, Kobe 1, Maxi Soriano. Hey! Sounds like a picture from the Yankees. The lovely Maz Kanata. Oh, she's my favorite. Nathaniel Morgan. Nev, Fat Toady 99, sounds like another Yankee. Now pitching for the Yankees, Fat Toady 99. Only throws a curveball to change for 75 miles an hour, though. Plasma 1972, what, after that you couldn't give plasma, you hypocrite? Ray Rock, Revenator, Robert Alvarez, Rodin Zai, Shay Locomotive, Silverbolt, Skywalker Vader. What is this, Double Entendre Day? What an oxymoron. Skywalker Vader, pick one. Slama MC, Stu World, my favorite band on the planet. Suicide Squad, Torn Jax. I'm not even gonna try to say this name. It's
No, it's your Marty McFly is down.
Oh, that's a good call, Finn. I'm glad you pronounced it. Because if I said that, I would have had to kick the crap out of someone. Wen Griffey Jr., grandson of the great Ken Griffey Jr., Wolfell, and of course, Utah. There you go. Those are the shout-outs. Cubs win! Cubs win!
There you go. That is for Jen.
Oh, that's a good call. I forgot to mention her name. I'd probably be beaten to death with a small blunt object later on.
Maybe a bottle of Budweiser.
Hey, if I'm going to die by anything, it'd be a bottle of Budweiser. Beechwood age, so you know it's healthy for you.
All right. So those are the shout-outs. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to start doing our Twitter questions. So if you guys haven't already, get in those responses right now. So again, our Twitter handle, Reality Skewed Gamers with no vowels in the Skewed and Gamers. So Reality SKWDGMRS. We're going to do those, and then we're going to start doing questions. We did have 2 donations come in during your shout-outs. The first one was from Minato, and the question is, can Finn do shout-outs as a stroking Wookiee? So the stroking Wookiee is only going to be on the lunch stream and potentially on the stream for the kids. I'm telling you right now, stroking Wookiee is going to be special streams and lunch stream only. So there you go. Just be ready for that. And then Stu donated and said, Mrs. Stu is loving it during your Harry
Hey, Dr. Finn, here's a question. What's your favorite planet in Star Wars?
Endor.
Mine's Earth. I like it
Wait. That's in a galaxy far, far away. I don't know if we can handle that.
But I'm kind of worried about this Death Star. What if it comes here, Finn? I mean, Earth is not prepared for a Death Star attack.
We have our own Star Wars. Ronald Reagan put it in effect.
Hey, Rodney, quit offering input. You sound mentally damaged. Someone tell me what we're going to do about this Death Star. I'm worried sick.
You know the best place to trap the Death Star? In that wax, the Vader wax warmer.
That's a good call.
Trap the Death Star in the Vader wax warmer. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
You can see it in that picture. If
go
Ranger
get
brings
you
it
a
up.
Sensi candle. I'm telling you, go get you a Sensi wax warmer. You will be set for when we can all point them in the same direction if the Death Star comes, and we will blind them.
Yep. So if you guys haven't seen it, we announced it at the beginning of the stream, and really awesome that Jen is listening.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
I mean downstairs.
Budweiser. Why have one when you can have 12?
In the description of this video.
Do you have the image up, Ranger?
Downstairs.
Which one?
In the description of the video.
I'm gonna pimp
You'll
it again
see
really quick.
Mrs. Stew's Sensi to support American Cancer Society. There's a link down there, and if you click that, and you can
tomorrow. It'll start tomorrow. So
it doesn't start yet?
No, not yet. So she is selling the Sensi stuff, and if you go to that link, it goes to her page. They're going to be selling this Vader wax warmer tomorrow. It'll be $70 for the warmer plus $6.50 for the little wax pieces. It's really cool. If you look at the image on the right, you'll see that the Death Star is inside there. So obviously you can trap the Death Star in there. And then also, if you look in the middle picture, you'll see that the TIE fighters get reflected through the back of the Vader. Really cool. And so Jen and Stu graciously are donating their proceeds from these sales to the American Cancer Society.
Hey, what if this Vader, instead of making candles, made barbecued spare ribs? Would you eat it?
I would ask Jen if it's possible to put a
Hell, I
rib
know
in there
I
to
would.
cook it.
Hell, I'd have plate after plate and then finish it off with a nice cold Budweiser.
That would be pretty neat if you could cook a rib inside of Vader's helmet.
I'm telling you, man, we cut up Falcon's great ideas.
Stuff here. I'm telling you, they got like a Stargazer warmer.
Mm-hmm.
They got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Check that thing out.
I think we've made a complete idiocy of ourselves long enough. So
we did that. We've been doing that since 2016.
Yeah,
we've been doing that since episode 1. That's pretty much it. Okay, so let's get to our Twitter question here. So the Twitter question was, on a scale of 1 to 10, or create your own fun scale, where 1 is awful and 10 is fantastic, how would you rate Relics in Galaxy of Heroes? So let's start going through the responses here. So the first one, who's going to be grading it? Grande, are you going to be our grader for today?
I'm the official grader. I'm always good at judge. My judgment is the cut above.
That's cut above bad, but we beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, that's right. I'm telling you.
I mean, we need a neutral party because me and Finn already know kind of this stuff. So, I mean,
I'm good.
You have to go
All
with
right.
Grande. Yeah, I mean, Finn's reading it. I already know. Oh, damn it.
Right.
There again, does the wax from the warmer smell like anger and betrayal? And Stu, yes, it does.
You know what? Anger and betrayal smells kind of sexy. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you might be getting some McLovin.
Hey, I smell anger and betrayal. Did someone make a Vader candle? What's going on?
All right.
Did someone pass gas? I wasn't aware of what's happening.
You know what? You know what though? It doesn't have any sand at all.
You know, the worst thing would be if you got one of them scented candles of anger and betrayal and one of them damn Wookiees grow, and I'll tell you, it's pretty bad.
All right, okay, let's get to the questions here.
All right.
Okay, so the first response, Grande.
All right.
I would rate them 6 out of 10. They lose marks for the awful scrap exchange issues, like the actual rates, and not being able to craft gear. But they allow people to go all in on their favorite teams and make them usable, which is what some people desire the most.
I like that answer. So far, that's my favorite answer.
Sensible.
Okay. Next one. Not even gonna try be funny, witty with this one. Relics are dumb. Their implementation was stupid. The exploitation of people with addictions is shameful, and worst of all, it's our fault because we keep giving CG money, which only encourages them to do larger and larger money grabs. Rating -8 billion.
You know,
could have been worse. It could have been rated negative -9 billion.
But I still like the first answer best.
You'll get a top 3. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we all know.
So next one. It's not as game-breaking as I originally thought. The conversion of the scrap is damn horrible, and the Cantina energy is kind of a bummer. What I like is that with one Relic character, I can remain relevant in Arena, even against teams with 5 Relic characters, so 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's 1 and 2.
Okay. Next one. I would give a 7 out of 10, but I've only got a Relic to 3, so 3 out of 10. Not concerning myself with Relics too highly, as I'm pushing for my 16 Grand Arena Championships teams to be Gear 12 right now, and I'm Gear 13ing my pet clone team project.
All right.
I like that answer, so now it's 1, 3, and 4 are my favorites.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one. I'd give them a 5, as in you would have to spend $5,000 to keep up. I can't decide what's worse, a lightsaber in the PP or the new paywall CG comes up with for players.
Man, I gotta tell you, that's my new favorite because they use the old
lightsaber in the PP.
Hero lightsaber in the PP.
The old LIPH. He did the old LISPH. So, you know, because he said LIPCH, it's now 1, 3, and 5.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Oh God, Grande, why? It's like LITPH.
Yeah. That's what I said.
No, you said LIPCH. I don't know what the hell acronym comes up with LIPCH,
Just lightsaber
but I don't
in
want to know.
P-hole.
I don't want to know what comes out.
Yeah.
I changed the acronym.
You changed it like 5 times.
The LIPPH. Yeah. The LSITPH.
All right, that's enough out of you, Grande. Just listen.
Okay. 1, 3, 5 are my favorites right now.
So the next one, fun factor is a 7, but as far as good for the game, I give it a Rose Tico on a scale of Rose to Yoda.
Damn.
Dang. That's the 6th one. I'm gonna say 1, 5, and 6 are now my favorites.
Okay.
Next one. I feel like a scale of 1 to 10 is hard to relate to. I'd like to scale the introduction of Relics based on how long Rose Taco thought it would take to receive his cross stitch compared to how long it would actually
Oh my God!
Snap!
Snuck it in.
And let me say that was not actually Rose Taco's response.
So now my favorites are 5, 6, and 7. The last 3.
Jesus.
Okay. Then the next one, free to play gets screwed 1 out of 10. Dolphin Lightspender 6 out of 10. Whales 8 out of 10. Krakens 10 out of 10. My rating 7 out of 10. Don't hate it, don't love it. For me, there is a way to go around it and stay relevant in Grand Arena Championships and Arena, but will take some massive effort and a bit of cash. All in all, Relics are meh.
We've got a lot of really great answers here. Some of them are not as funny as others, but there's some really great insight in these.
There's good
And
stuff.
so, I almost feel like I need 2. I need like funny ones, rated, 4,
Let's
5,
not
6,
make
and
things
7.
complicated here, Grande. You will
Okay.
mess that up, all right?
I probably will. Totally mess. I'm just gonna say there's a lot of really thoughtful answers in here.
Next one, over 9,000.
gonna be honorable mention right there, baby. That's gonna be honorable.
I think the
mention.
next one is speaking to the wrong audience. So the next one says, "I can't give a true rating because I don't have any.
I knew
But
this
my
was coming.
scale would be Astros 1 and Yankees 10."
Oh no, that is at the bottom of my list. That
May
is
it
the
never be
worst.
spoken again.
That is the worst answer ever. Do you guys know I have signed memorabilia in my office
They don't
from
care.
Astros players and
They don't
managers? No. That's next. Let's
That
get
was
off.
it. So those are our responses.
All right.
5, 6, and 7.
There you
The
go.
funny ones in the middle.
Okay.
With 9,000 as the honorable mention.
Okay. So the one that says I'd give 5, as in you have to spend $5,000 to keep it up. That was Darth Scion 1972.
Okay.
Wow, very good.
Fun factor is a 7, but as far as good for the game, I give it a Rose Tico on a scale of Rose to Yoda. That was DSP. And then I feel like a scale of 1 to 10 is hard to relate to. I'd like a scale where it introduces relics based on how long Rose Taco thought it would take to get his cross stitch. That was Revenator.
Oh my god.
And over 9,000 was Rose Taco.
Okay.
So there you guys go.
I'm just gonna. It's not a moth. Freaking Bimatsu. It's not a moth.
It's not a tumor. It's not.
It's
All right, let's
not a
get to some
freaking
questions
moth,
because we
man.
have to go.
I've picked this sculpture up like 6 times. Everybody.
Grande, don't pick up the sculpture. That's what they're trying to get you to do. You're playing right into their hands.
It's a Native American.
They know that, Grande. You're playing right into their hands. Think about it.
It's a freaking Native American.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm wearing my special shirt. You guys see it?
Yeah, Juan
Yeah.
Solo. I like that
Juan
shirt.
Solo.
I'm wearing my Stormtrooper Pew 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 shirt.
I'm just wearing a t-shirt. Let's move on.
All
All
right.
right, let's question time. Question
Time
time.
for questions.
Time for questions.
All right. And
With
guys,
the
if you
three
can, take a second to
dum-dums.
give us a thumbs up. We have over 100 watching and 44 thumbs up. So
Hey, we
if
could
you
use
guys
some more
can,
thumbs up.
please take a second to give us a thumbs up.
Don't forget to, if you're going to be on the, give a thumbs up on the ACS video. It's up already, so go there and give it a thumbs up as well.
Mhm.
When
Yeah,
do
and
we
don't forget.
when do we do that video again?
The event's on the 24th, Grande.
Right.
September
I know,
24th.
I just was trying to make sure that everybody
Yep,
knew.
September
Yeah.
24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Playroom. There you go. All right. So let's go with questions here. So first question is from Skywalker Vader. He said, question, we all know R2's relic is good. Has anyone looked at C-3PO's relic? If you
Oh,
have
man.
2 Zetas on him. Thanks.
I'm gonna tell you, most of these non-hitting, non-tank type characters probably don't need really great relics.
Mhm.
No.
So this means Hermit Yoda, C-3PO, and Wat Tambor are really not going to get much better with a relic.
Yeah, I think the best focuses are tanks and attackers before
Yeah.
you work on support characters.
I agree.
I totally agree.
Or healers.
All three of us agree with that. I will tell you, a couple of healers, right? If a healer is based on their own health, like old Daka, or like Barris,
Mhm.
some of these healers could be good. But I'm kind of with you. I really think attackers and tanks probably do the best right now.
Yeah. If the healer ends up being the crux of the team, like Daka kind of does in terms of keeping that Night Sister team alive, or Barris does because when she's alive, the crits actually heal and that kind of stuff,
Well,
it makes
and the
sense to work
debuffs,
on them.
man.
But there's very few
Dispelling
of those.
debuffs, man, is
Yeah.
huge on that team.
It is. So, but there's very few of those, right? So Daka and Barris tend to be a little bit of an exception. But in general, if you want a general rule of thumb, attackers and tanks get the biggest bonuses. And obviously, we're not looking at kind of like the crap attackers at the bottom and that kind of stuff.
It's the greatest hits, man. I mean,
It is.
most of the legendary characters, most of the heroic characters are the characters I would take first.
Mhm.
Characters that really make the team, right? Like Crew, JTR, BB-8. This is like after you've done your arena team. You know, characters that you use for the Sith raid, characters you use for GOTB. Those are the type characters I would take.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So next question is from let's see, where was I? It was there. So next question from Gav P. It says, how do I become an idiot savant? I got the idiot bit down, just need to work on the savant part, and then put a pickle.
So it's real simple. You have to be highly intelligent and stupid at the same time.
Grande has it mastered.
Yeah, I mean, in one instance, Grande blows our mind. We're like, that's incredibly insightful, Grande. And then he spells of UV.
This does happen.
That's how you become an idiot savant.
This
Grande, what's the GP rating of this character at this level, and what would you do? Blah, 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 blah. Grande, how much does a candy bar cost? $7,000. $7,000. Okay, good, Grande.
All right, next question from Hellenix. He says, how much for all them relic packs? What was it? 500
over 9,000
to buy them all.
It is like $500, man.
Yeah. He said, how many folks have spent over 1,000 or more? Who cares? No excuse. Relics are dumb. I mean,
there are people. So there. I mean, there's a couple of guys in my arenas. There's a couple of guys in the guild I'm in that have like 4 or 5 characters at Relic 7 already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've seen it. I mean, there are guys that are, so they bought all the packs, and then after they bought all the packs, they've been buying Cantina Energy up to 1,600 crystal refreshes. I know.
Craziness, man.
So I'm going to tell you that there are players out there that, they operate at a different level than we do.
That's the way it is.
And that's just what happens.
But I think to the Twitter response that was in there, right? One of them said, I can have one Relic 7 and still be competitive against teams that have 5. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I think people had a fear of when we first saw Relics. A key character to 7-star or to Relic 7 can keep your team competitive. And I think that is a big result over the last week of Relics.
Be more savant than idiot for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Apropos Wooin, question, with almost 4 years of Galaxy of Heroes, what are some of everyone's favorite things from the game?
Ooh.
I mean, mine honestly has kind of nothing to do with the game, but it's the community that the game actually fosters.
Took my answer. I hate you.
I know it. He took my answer too. I totally would have said.
I mean, but I think we've all said this before, right? A lot of us are playing for the Star Wars IP and the community. Like, those are the things that are keeping a lot of players in the game.
Yeah.
Whether it's your Arena Shard, your Fleet Shard, the Skewer community, whether you're on all of the other YouTubers, Discords, the Operation Metaverse, Arnold, Cubs, Mobile Gamer. I mean, they all have active Discords, active communities. And I think that's what keeps this game going more so than anything else. We complain about it because we want this game to be good and we want this game to last. And a lot of us are looking, in all honesty, and I've said this about me too, I am looking for a reason to spend, but I'm not going to spend if I feel like the game is being mismanaged or they're intentionally trying to push the spending limits for people. So my wallet has been closed. But if I have a reason to feel like this game is going the right direction,
over $20. That's $20.
Right, and everyone has their limit, and a lot of the limit is based on the decisions that CG has made.
Sure.
And so we're all looking to be invested in this game. And it comes to a point that some people just get jaded on the whole thing and they quit, right? And I can understand that. But for me, it's the community. The community has kept me in this game. My guild, my Arena Shard, my Fleet Shard. That you guys that are in the chat and in the Discord, that's what I think for for all of us, that's what's keeping us in the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, my spending limit is right at that, $20 range.
Not over 9,000?
And I actually do want to support them putting out packs that are under $20, right? Because if I'm gonna say we need, mild packs, then I got to put my money where my mouth is and say, hey, I want those packs. Some of my favorite things in the game are TW, as far as a team building exercise.
I do like
with
TW.
Some of my other favorite things in the game are whenever we've gotten a new raid as a guild. Whenever we've gotten that's happened 3 times. I really enjoy that. And then my other one would be this kind of goes into community, but it's a little bit more in depth. It's really getting to know the individual and having really deep friendships with individuals, whether that's in a guild, whether that's in a in reality skewed gamers, whether that's us doing a roster review and getting to know a player really well, and then them coming back and having great success, whether that's in the game or outside of the game, and sharing that with the group.
Well spoken. All right. Finn, you're muted.
That's the savant part.
Yep, I was gonna say that's how you become an idiot savant.
That's
right
the
there.
savant
yeah.
part. The savant part comes out every once in a while.
Yeah.
All right. Next question from Rose Taco. Do you think Relic level 8 will be out by
Okay,
by
come
April
on.
2020? My Rose needs a cross stitch.
No, I don't. But I'd like to
But
cross
just,
this reference.
I knew it was coming, man. I knew
We knew it was
I knew
coming.
it was coming, man.
I might have to learn how to cross stitch to go help.
By
her
the
out.
way, McVenom is doing family stuff today.
Yeah.
So she did want to let all of you guys know. She will hopefully be on the Saturday night gaming stream that we do on Twitch. But yeah, she's been currently swamped with her wedding stuff. So
Kids, weddings, kids being sick, being drugged, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. All right, next question. Apropos Wooin. Question, why don't they separate us with no Gear 13s with those from those with them?
Good question.
I think that they probably should.
I think they will. Eventually, these it's a lot of GP that you get from Relics. So I think they're going to. I don't necessarily know if this GAC was equipped properly for it. So I think they're going to. We'll see what the next GAC actually holds. This one to me is a little bit. It's a little sketchy, right? Because they released it in the beginning or in the middle of this GAC, and I don't know if, for example, right, and I don't know if anybody's actually looked into this to see if this is the way that it works. Do you get into a cluster within your division and then get assigned within that cluster so it doesn't change?
I don't know.
Or do you get assigned from the entire pool of your division every time a GSC group is formed? There's different reasons why potentially this GAC is so screwed up because of Relics. So I would wait until the next one to see.
Matchmaking is like the freaking secret sauce thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of these things where, we think matchmaking is super important. I'm sure they think it's super important. But what we think is super important about it and what they think is super important about it might actually be different.
Yeah.
And
we can give suggestions. It's not like we don't talk about matchmaking. We give suggestions too. Like for this, right? And I can tell you right now, the what I think they need to do is not only use the top 80 characters, which I'm fine with for Division 1. I think they do need to scale it correctly for the other divisions. But I think if you're using that for the top ones, and I'm only speaking with the top because it changes at the bottom, because the bottom is going to require more than just those top characters. I'm in a bracket
with only a rhodium or chromium or whatever
characters. Right. So you need to look at not only the top 80, but group them based on the average and the deviation from that average. Because if you have players that have the same value, but you have some that are getting a bunch of Gear 13s, and then they're also balancing it out with a bunch of Gear 11s, I think that makes it so that if you face somebody with Gear 12s, they can struggle potentially against those Gear 13s with Relics, because the Gear 13s with Relics are so powerful. So I think what they need to do is do the average with the standard deviation. If they're not telling us exactly what it is. So that's why it makes it difficult to know whether the suggestions actually would work, right? But I think if you look at the mean with the deviation and then assign based on those that have similar means and deviations, rather than just looking at the means, which is effectively what you're doing when you're just looking at the top 80, then you can get a better
They probably also need to take into account like these lifetime coins too, right? At some point.
The lifetime coins?
Lifetime accrual of the...
You mean accruement?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of the points, the points that it takes to get the
Like to switch into leagues?
The championship score, like our championship score points, these
You
points.
can you can
to a
do
point,
that, but
to a point, I think you kind of need to take that into account. So, your lifetime score.
I'm okay with that if you want to do it, but then if you have somebody that decides that they suddenly want to become active and they have a crazy roster and you're using that, then that skews everything with somebody that's trying and losing all the time.
We would want someone who hasn't played for a while to be in a lower kind of group, right?
Not if they left with a higher roster, because you're basing it on their GP, which I think is the fairest way to do it, because it's the current status of your roster when you sign up for GAC. Now, your abilities is what determines how far you go in Grand Arena, which is the way it should be. I don't think I like the way it is. I think they just need to tweak it a little bit, because I think
I think there's some
Relics
minor tweaks, right?
Yeah.
Some minor tweaks.
I don't think they have to go too overboard. I think matchmaking was relatively decent before Relics at the higher end. Lower end is where it was the worst, because it took into account too few characters, it seemed, or not the correct characters and how many teams you would need. So those are kind of the things, right? But I think they just need to tweak it a little bit and then it would be okay.
All right, let's get some more questions.
Nathaniel Morgan, question: do you think signal data is a precursor to making Cantina energy a 6-minute timer or 50 crystal refresh to standardize all energy?
Man, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're making.
So.
I would love it. They've already dropped the price to that 50%. When they dropped the price of everything else 50%, probably like a year or two ago. But I don't think they're going to do that again.
Nope.
I mean, I wish they would. I mean, it's just like I wish we'd get 8 refreshes back.
They are loading up Cantina a lot, right? We had the same complaint with mods. When mods came out, and they finally moved mods away to its own energy, its own table. It wasn't overlapping Cantina, and they just did the same thing again with this, which is a little frustrating, I have to say. That was one of the frustrating.
I don't disagree. Absolutely. I was farming so many characters. I mean, you could tell people who bought characters, because if they bought a character, then they had more energy to spend on mods, and you can kind of see that. So it's like that was what they got ahead of everyone else.
All right.
Next question, Dark Side Ranger J 1999. Do any of you disagree with the title some of Arnold's viewers gave him as Clickbait King? I'm not gonna call him a click. He's playing YouTube the way that YouTube is designed to be played.
Yeah.
I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? I mean,
you guys decide as viewers what you want to watch, what you don't want to watch, and those kind of things. But he is playing the YouTube game the way YouTube has set up the environment.
And he knows how the algorithm works, and he does things to make sure that he gets the views. I mean, I can't blame the guy for that. I think he's doing okay.
Be a smart. Be a smart consumer.
Revenator, question: what do you think would happen to the game if CG introduced new stats onto mods?
Next, please. I don't even want to go down that road.
Yeah, I think if they started today, that's going to be.
God.
I can tell you the biggest issue is going to be the fact that we had a mod cap and we had to sell mods.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that is the mod cap is going to come back and haunt CG.
Absolutely.
With any mod change that they do, the mod cap is going to haunt them. They need to remove the mod cap right now so that they can actually make changes to mods in the future. Relics are already pushing it because Relics are starting to introduce the needs for other stats.
Yep.
And people have sold mods.
People may have sold mods that they would not have sold.
Exactly. Yeah. So they need to change that now. That's like the biggest thing in this game to me right now. Forget about where relics are and all of that stuff.
Future-proofing. Infinity's talking about future-proofing. Well,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not even saying remove the cap, just increase the cap.
Or increase it by a lot, so we're not at that crunch.
If they increased it by 50%, instead of being able to have 500 mods in inventory, if you could have 750 in inventory, I would say okay.
I'd be okay with that too. They need to improve that.
Step in the right direction.
Yes.
All right, let's get to a couple more questions and then wrap this up so we can go make.
We're close to the end already.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one is Gav P. He says, question: has the introduction of Gear 13 and Relics so close together, one, created a quantum leap in power levels, which will shake up power levels to throw in variation of the meta, or two, been a stupid mess?
You know,
A little of both.
I think
I
a
mean,
little.
it's
Yeah, I think a little bit of both.
Little of
A little
both.
bit of A. A little
I think
bit
it
of
actually
B.
countered each other a little bit. That's what I was talking about earlier.
I know
It definitely
you have a very much
increased-
more positive. You have a positive outlook on a more positive outlook on Relics than I do. Ranger has a more negative outlook on Relics than I do.
Well, I'm not necessarily, like I said, I have issues with how they released it, right? But I'm trying to be as objective as possible looking at it, and the stats from Relics actually do look good once you get to tier 7. But you have to get all the characters to tier 7.
It's going to, but do you know
Well,
how
I know,
long
that's
it's
the
going to
problem.
be?
I know.
Do you know? I mean,
I'm not arguing that. That's a different point. The fact of what you need in order to get the relics and everything is different.
It could be a couple of months before I end up with a character at Relic level 7.
Yeah.
Because I didn't buy
it
those
is.
crazy packs. I mean, most people don't have more than 3 or 4 characters at Relic
Someone,
level 7.
Maz Kanata just donated $55 more to the Tiltify. Maz, you're a beast.
Maz, you're amazing.
Thank you, Maz.
Maz she's a beast, man. God dang, man. Maz
We are $50 away from giving out the plushie Porg as soon as we get there, pretty much.
Thank you
We're at
so
100
much.
out of 150 on the plushie Porg giveaway for the kid when we
Very
go to
nice.
the September thing. Very nice. Thank you, Maz. Yeah, it's a Porg. It's adorable. It looked just like Porg McFadden over here. Okay. But yeah, so it's not, and I'm not arguing with you, Grande. I think the what you need in order to get the relics
different points
is
of view
quite
on this
high.
subject.
It's going to be painful. I
It
mean,
is.
we're talking potentially years before some
It
players
is,
that were
and I'm not
here
arguing that
when
point. That's what I'm
Relics
saying.
came
Like
out.
I'm trying to look objectively just at the stats of Relic 7. And Relic 7 do help to balance out the game a little bit more, but mods end up having a huge increase, a huge impact on your Relic 7s. And having to sell
huge.
those is a big problem. So what I think happened with a lot of this is that Gear 13 in particular definitely increased the power creep. Power creep came a lot with Gear 13 because they introduced speed. It all comes back to speed. Introducing a piece that added 8 speed, and then you moved up to Gear 13, which effectively allowed you to gain 2 extra speed on a character that had a speed set. That is what caused the power creep. It all comes back to speed. Relics do not do anything with speed, and in fact increase the other stats to try and help balance it. And so it does increase the overall power levels of everything, but I think Gear 13 hurt a little bit more than what Relics is doing. Relics is actually trying to pull it back, but in the short term, we're going to be stuck with only certain characters being up to that Relic level, feeling a little bit behind on the overall roster. But the end game, I understand what their end game is, just their approach to it, I think, is incorrect.
All right.
Revenator
All right.
question, is the RSG wrap going to be a Tiltify reward or a punishment?
Both. Next question.
A little both. Apparingo question, does each Relic stat increase, is it considered in the calculation of mods?
No
It
idea.
happens before mods. Relic stat increases happen pre-mods.
So they
Okay.
are considered with the mod increases. So if you increase your health with relics, mods will do
Mods
the
will
percentage.
amplify that on top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have any other series, because we have a lot of fun questions about Taco Bell and other stuff.
Oh, God.
Contingent 33 question, how high do you take Han's relic to not worry about crit chance anymore?
5.
You don't even have to worry about his crit chance at Gear 13. Or Gear 12, actually.
Oh, I just had another donation from Tim Van Ness, who donated $50 via Tiltify. So thank you, Tim Van Ness.
He donated to the Porg. We're doing the Porg giveaway as soon as we get there.
So
You guys
what's
are
our total
awesome.
out right now? God, we've had a lot
Our
of...
total is currently at $340. We're at like
Yeah.
15% of what our
My
target
Han,
was.
my Han is at Relic level 2
Yeah.
right now.
But he doesn't need it, right? Because he gets a
And my-
bonus from his unique. He gets the loyal friend from Chewie, which also gives him crit chance. And if you actually put the buff on him, he actually gets even higher than that. So
I mean,
he
I'm
doesn't
going to
need
tell you
any
right,
crit
right
chance.
now,
I
right now,
think
my
level
Han's
5
my Han's crit
to go
chance.
to offense.
My Han's crit chance is over 70%, and I literally don't have any crit chance on him.
And that doesn't take into account his unique, and it doesn't take into account loyal
I
friend.
have all crit damage and potency mods on him.
Yep.
All
So
right.
he doesn't need it even at Gear 12. So don't worry about crit chance. You haven't had to worry about crit chance on Han for a long time. I think a lot of people have a misconception about how much.
Now, I will tell you, you do have to sort of worry about it on some of the Geos. You have to worry about it on like.
If they have crit avoidance, yeah, you can get it as high as you want. But
I'm just saying, like, there are certain characters, right, that still need crit chance, like Jyn Erso and stuff.
I know, but he's asking about Han.
Right. I understand. I'm just saying that crit chance is not irrelevant. Crit chance is just a more.
It's irrelevant for Han, is what.
It's a more nuanced stat, correct?
Yeah. Depending on the character, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question for the Savant from Revenator: how much money would it take for someone to start tomorrow and have their character up to Relic 7 within a year?
Oh my God. Over 9,000.
It would be pretty expensive, right, to get a character up that high.
Oh my God, it'd be more money than you can imagine. I don't know. I can imagine quite a lot.
Jedi Gunny question: are you surprised we haven't gotten any info on this supposed epic legendary character?
Oh no, we're not getting any info. They're gonna surprise us with that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be next week. I think they're waiting for the Relic stuff to kind of cool down a little bit.
It's coming. It's gonna be a surprise. Oh yes. Oh, the panic farm is coming, folks.
John Moran question: what's a good speed for Gear 12 Rex? I'm the last part from Gear 13 and have him at 252 speed, all health sets. He needs speed and like protection primaries and stuff. You need him to go fast, as fast as possible, so that he can get his
get that cooldown going.
Get his Rexalate up as quickly as possible and get that turn meter on everybody.
Whatever you can get on him, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as much as you can. And I think we have one last question from Jacob Baxter, who says, haven't watched a stream in 6 months. Have I missed anything in the RSG scene?
No.
Yeah, we're back at doing another charity stream.
Yeah.
Just like we always do.
Guess who's back? Back again. Finn is back.
So let's go ahead and pimp that if you want to bring that up, Ranger. So once again, to mention to everybody, on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we will be doing a live stream from Children's Healthcare of Atlanta in Eggleston, where we will be raising money for the American Cancer Society and also for CHOA, and that's the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. We will be in their pediatric playroom. We will be spending the 4 hours there live streaming with the kids. We just had one of our challenges already filled to give away the Porg. So Porg McFadden, who you may have seen on my Twitter account and on the streams and stuff, he was given to me by an RSG viewer with a friend. And so that one, who is still plastic wrapped and everything and brand shiny new,
hermetically
he will be
sealed?
Not hermetically sealed.
Oh, okay.
He will be given away to a kid basically as soon as we started out, because you guys are awesome and filled that one. We still have other challenges available. We have a dance party, where if that challenge gets filled, I will do a dance party with the kids where I will do the Macarena, the chicken dance, the electric slide, and
you have to do the chicken dance. Absolutely. Yeah. That's my favorite, the chicken dance.
All right.
And then also we have one where Ranger and I will be coming as Darth Revan and Jedi Consular Finn. We will also have lightsabers with us, and we will be giving those away. And yeah, we got $20 donations.
Ziggler just donated $20 to the Tiltify, so thank you very much.
$20 closer to getting the dance party now.
All right.
So thank you guys.
Nice. Please
I'm just
go there, hit the thumbs up on the video now so it goes into your liked videos so you know when it comes. Mm-hmm. Subscribe to our channel. You'll get the notification. Hit the bell icon, all that good stuff, guys.
My personal impression, Finity will be excellent at dancing. Ranger, I'm a little concerned about. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Grande, I hate to tell you this, but I can dance like a mother.
Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking Finity's got it going on in the dance department.
I have the music bug in me, man. Trust me.
Finity has genetics on his side. That's all I'm saying.
What, just because he's Indian?
I'm just telling you, they're good at dancing. What can I say?
Oh my God, Finn, he said that because Bollywood exists, you are automatically good at dancing.
I got booty in my pants.
I have the booty in my pants. You shut your hole. How dare you son of a bitch.
I feel the rhythm. The rhythm is making me move.
John, will the chicken dance involve a jacket?
Yeah, just for real, yo.
Absolutely it will.
So that's what we've been working on, Jacob Baxter. We've been working with the American Cancer Society. So really quick, thanks to you guys. American Cancer Society was really impressed by what the skewer community was able to do last year. And we were glad to help kind of put that together, and you guys supporting us and the American Cancer Society, it meant a lot. So we are working again with the American Cancer Society. We're hoping to blow that out of the water. And we are, thanks to all of you guys being YouTube subscribers, Twitch subscribers, or YouTube members, Twitch subscribers, and also patrons, we're able to do a lot more planning this year, thanks to you guys. And so we are now, it took a while. If you guys remember, July and August, we had a lot of discussions with the American Cancer Society and trying to figure out all the coordination for this. Since we're doing it at an actual hospital, we are doing this event now and hoping that we can do this more often, but we want to make sure this is a big success and we can kind of show the ACS, our gaming community is better than every other gaming community. And so we want everyone to come out in full force if you guys can. So again, please make sure that you bookmark that video. Again, the link is in the description. The link to the video is in the description. If you guys can go there, make sure you give it a like so it can stay in your liked videos. Make sure you check out the link to the Tiltify. So if you guys can right now, and you may not be able to attend it since it is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on September 24th, which is a Tuesday. If you can't attend it, please go ahead and donate now. And then you can always come back and watch to see where your donation led. I'm confident in you guys that we can get the dance party going and we'll get the lightsabers given away and all this kind of stuff. So if you guys have the opportunity before that, please donate. And then also there's a link to our Twitter post that we have about the event. So if you guys can like it and retweet it, that will help us get word out to more people. So again, all those 3 links are there. And we also have a link to Mrs. Stu, Jen's page, for Scentsy, where she sells different wax and wax warmers. Starting tomorrow, there will be a Vader wax warmer for $70, and she is giving all of the proceeds from the sales of that wax warmer to the American Cancer Society.
All right.
So please make sure that you guys check all of that out. It means a lot to us that we can have a great community like this and do stuff like trying to end cancer.
That's right. All right. So we need to wrap this up, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to Urz's stream, who's streaming live now.
Is he on now?
Yeah, he's on.
Has he started?
I think it starts at 9:30, right?
I didn't see
It's supposed to, but I don't see an event up.
I don't even see it. I don't even see it.
I don't think he started yet.
Let's look.
I don't think so either. I went to his page and I don't see it.
Yeah, I was looking. He hasn't started yet.
Let's find Urz.
I think he's flying. I don't know if he's actually going to be on
Is he
tonight.
not going to be on tonight?
Wasn't he flying to DC or something?
He's already in DC. I think he's flying back right now, so I don't know if there's going to be.
No. Oh, wow. I'm just so used to him just streaming all the time.
I know, right?
Wow. Okay. No Urz tonight. Well.
Yeah, I don't think there's any Urz.
Balanzar Osoy Pickles. All right.
Tweeted that, apparently.
All right. Well, we could wrap it up then. But I guess we're not messing with Urz.
Yeah, so you know what, guys? You can head on to... we can do an after party today since there's no...
Have fun.
Oh, yeah, he's doing an AM stream. Okay. He hasn't. He doesn't have the event up. Normally he puts it up, so he's probably going to do that once he lands because he has to make the image and everything. So, yeah. So we'll look for that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll look for that. So,
but yeah, if we want to do an after party...
you guys
let's head on to the general voice if you guys just want to hang out.
If you want to hang out with the Idiot Savant and the Bollywood dancer, go to the Discord.
There's a chance that we'll play Borderlands and just talk with you guys, and I can do a live stream through Discord.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
so we'll just have some fun if you guys would like. Head on to the general voice and we'll meet up there.
Okay. So shout out to our gold VIPs, these folks. We appreciate all our Patreon supporters, things of that nature, but these folks go a little bit above and beyond.
Twitter retweeters, everybody.
But these folks really go above and beyond
the
Call of Duty, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So we really appreciate you guys and your support. What more can you say? These folks are amazing. So we just want to give a special shout out to those guys. And then we'll wrap it up with our ending. You can see all the stuff there. You guys know what's the deal. the lunch streams, the Wednesday night stream, the Jedi Academy. We do D&D. We do Borderlands. We do Battlefront. Although that game's is brokety broke right now, so I haven't been playing it much. But we got Naruto. We do Magic the Gathering. So yeah, lots of stuff that we do. You can check it all there.
Let me give a quick shout too, really quick for all of you guys. So we are doing more on Twitch. I'm kind of waiting for a schedule with McVenom so we can have more consistent streams. We're Tuesday night is always there, and Saturday night is there. We are going to try and do some more stuff with Magic the Gathering Arena and Magic the Gathering Paper, and also with Borderlands 3 and Heroes of the Storm, and all of that stuff is coming on Twitch. What you can do if you guys would like in order to support us on Twitch, it is September. Twitch is putting all of their subscriptions at half off.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys would like to support us on Twitch, it would mean a lot to us and get us able to do more and more content there. Please go on to Twitch and subscribe to our channel. So instead of the regular $5 a month, it's actually $2.50 for this month. So if you guys can subscribe for this month, it would be really appreciated as well.
Get out that $2.50, that Loch Mark is showing up.
God damn it, I told you not to give that Loch Mark no $2.50.
You gotta give him the $2.50.
All right, with that, we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your night. Go join these fools in the after party. And I will see you tomorrow because we got the lunch stream and we've got GAC and then whatever other nonsense we'll have planned for Thursday night. So have a great rest of your night, guys. And we will holler at y'all later. Peace out.